Okay, and we are live.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome. This is the Town of Somers Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. The date is March 16th, 2021. Denise, would you please take the roll?
Ms. DiPolito,
Here.
Mr. Gio,
Here.
Mr. Lansky,
Present.
Newman,
Here.
Chairman Canestra.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Keep in mind, before we start, I just want to make everybody aware that this is a public meeting. Any members from the public, after we see a particular applicant or hear from them, you are welcome to call in with questions or comments. So please keep that in mind, and we will put numbers on the screen for you to do so at the applicable time. I'd like to, Paul, could you put up on the screen the flag? I'd like to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, if everybody would join me, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the
of the
United
United States of America,
and to the republic,
to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty and
and
justice
justice for all.
all. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're going to go right into the agenda this evening. The first item we have on the agenda is that of John and Carmen Carway. This is a carryover from our last monthly meeting. At that time, we were reviewing their renewal of a special exception use permit for an accessory apartment attached to an existing one-family dwelling in an R40 residential district at 8 Old Croton Falls Road. At that time, the applicant was going to come back. I think the board had requested plans and had requested some kind of an engineering sign off or approval on some of the work that she had done. I believe our building inspector, Tom Tuma, is going to give us an update on this applicant.
I could do that.
That'd be
So
great.
shortly after last month's meeting, the Carways had some wall finishings removed to expose the structural elements of the newly created archway. And I visited the site, made some observations, documented them, and soon after that, the applicant retained a registered architect to do the same. And the architect has since reported that the structural elements in the archway exceed what's required by the state code, and they were directed at that point as to what's needed and as far as the plan goes, and which a permit could be issued for.
Okay.
That's where that left off. If all goes well, I'm hopeful I'll have a plan and a permit will be issued by April's meeting, if not totally completed at that point.
Okay. And the applicant is not here with us this evening, so I guess what we're going to do is just carry this over to next month's meeting. Any comments from any board members? Any questions at this point in time? I think we're just in waiting for them to get back to us.
I agree.
Agreed.
Okay. Since it is on the agenda, can we put this, Paul, can we just put a phone number up and just see if any member of the public wishes to comment in regard to our pending application here? Since it is officially on the agenda, we should give that opportunity. Paul, are you there? Are you able to put that on screen for us?
I'm sorry. Can you let me take a look here? Give me one
Yeah,
second.
sure. Take your time. I just want to make sure you were there and hadn't dropped out somehow.
Can you guys see that?
There's no numbers.
Yeah, I can see a live chat line, but yeah.
Okay, can you guys see the YouTube?
Hmm.
I'm just having difficulty pulling this up. If you guys just,
Yeah, take your time. It's okay, Paul. Yeah.
It's an easy agenda.
Because we'll have to also present the numbers for our next applicant also, so.
okay, and the telephone number to call? Do we have that information? Because we can punch it in here.
I could give it to you.
Sure.
We'll need, I think, a telephone number, and then you need a code to get into our meeting.
Just a telephone number, and it will give you the code when you call it.
Okay,
Okay, great.
and the number?
All right, I'm getting there. Sorry, I'm just going back through my emails to give that to you. Okay. 1-646-876-9923.
Okay, great.
Okay, can everyone see that number?
Yes, we can.
Yes. That's correct.
Okay.
All right, so anybody in the public who wishes to comment in regard to this application, and then we're going to have another application, you can please call in. You'll be given a code, and then that will give you access to our meeting, and you can ask your question or provide a comment. We'll just leave that up just for half a minute here. We'll see how it goes. So as I think I mentioned, we were very clear with the applicant last meeting that we're looking for revised plans and some structural information in regard to this application before we could consider approval. So hopefully by the April meeting, we'll have this, have the documents requested.
Now, very glad that they are cooperating with our request with the building inspector.
Because I believe this application was slightly over the size of an accessory apartment, and before we would consider that, we want to see the plans, what we have, because I guess there's a 3-season room it's open to, and we got to kind of assess what's going on here. Yeah. So no calls in at all? All right, so I guess at this point in time, I think we should probably take the phone number down. It doesn't look like anybody has any comments. So any final comments from the board before we decide to carry this?
No.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Yes.
We're good. All right, so I think if we're all in agreement, we're just going to carry this over to the April meeting, and we're going to move on to the second item on our agenda. Okay, so second item on the agenda this evening is that of Deborah Fady. This is an application for a side yard variance as well as a maximum lot coverage variance to add a one-story addition to an existing family dwelling in an R10 residential district at 7 Route 118, Yorktown Heights. And I believe there's someone here to represent the applicant, Ms. Fady.
Hi, my name's Deb Sarfaty. That's with an S, S-A-R-F-A-T-Y.
Okay, thank you.
And I am the owner of the residence.
Okay. Could you briefly describe the application for us and what you're trying to do here?
Sure. I moved here into this home about 2.5 years ago. What I'm looking to do is put a small laundry room off of my kitchen. Currently, my washer and dryer is in the basement, And for therapeutic reasons, I really live on one floor. So I'm trying to move that washer and dryer up. And the best place would be off the kitchen. And there is also a half a bath there that I'm looking to include a tub. Currently I only have a shower in the house.
So the existing bathroom is going to be eliminated?
So I have one full bath, and then the half a bath has a toilet and a sink, and I'm looking to, that's right where the kitchen is, like off the kitchen. So I'm
I see that.
looking to add the tub and move the washer and dryer upstairs to the main floor.
Thank you.
Sure.
This is just a one-story addition, right? Not two.
Yes, it's 1 story. I couldn't turn it only because the vent for my stove is not above the stove. It comes out the side of the house. So I can't cover that up.
Okay.
And I also did want to mention next to me, I did speak with my neighbor, but in between us is a paper road.
That paper
So-
road on the side of the new addition that you're putting on?
Yes, so there's a paper road. So when I spoke to my neighbor, he said, honestly, Deb, you and I take care of this paper road so it doesn't infringe on my property.
I noticed that it appears that the existing lot coverage, I mean, minimum, well, is 18%. You're at 29.1, but the proposed is also 29.1. So you're not adding to lot coverage at all with this?
I'm not really that savvy with that. I honestly just want my washer and dryer upstairs. I have to do it. It's unfortunate. I don't want to spend this money, but it's something that I need to do because of the steps to the basement.
The area where the addition is going is currently patio, it looks like?
Yes, it is a patio right now.
Oh, so that's, okay, so that's the coverage. So there's no additional coverage, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Also, one thing I did notice here is that this is an R10 district, which means 10,000 square feet, but your property is 17,779. So it's, obviously significantly bigger than the R10 requirement.
With
Any
the
other
addition
comments?
of the bathroom, does that need to involve the Board of Health?
Well,
It would not.
there's already a half a bath there, so it's just adding a tub.
Oh, wait, so you're adding the tub to the existing half bath?
Right. So,
Not an additional bathroom?
right. No, there's
Okay.
a half a bath, so there's a toilet and a sink. So, and the full bath doesn't have a tub. It only has a shower.
Thank you for clarifying.
Sure.
I think Board of Health gets involved if you add bedrooms. Is that correct, Tom? Not bathrooms?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need any more bedrooms. It's just myself, so my kids are grown.
Okay. Any further questions of the applicant or any discussion the board wants to have on this before we go to the public?
Is there a survey?
Yes, I did.
It is one of the plans here, Bart.
The second one's a proposed site plan. I guess, is that what you're calling the survey? Or is
I
that-
believe that was the survey that I obtained from the town. And then they just included it, the architect.
Okay. So there's not a survey. Okay. All right, thank you.
I'm sorry.
No, I wanted to see the paper road you mentioned.
Yeah, it's called, I believe it's called Lakeview Terrace. And I believe the previous owners were involved in a couple of years. They wanted to purchase it. And for some reason, I think they even had an attorney because they were going to purchase with the neighbor. And it took them 2.5 years, and then something happened that they couldn't find certain paperwork through the town, because I've been in touch with the previous owner. But we do maintain it, my neighbor and I, so.
Tom, one thing I do notice here also, there's an existing garage that seems to encroach slightly on the side yard. Is there a variance for that in place?
That's pre-existing non-conforming.
Oh, it is. Okay.
So, I kind of want to know where the paper road is. Like,
Oh, it's between 7 and 9. So I believe it's called Lakeview Terrace. You would see it on the,
yeah, I understand it's between the two houses, but is it outside your property line?
oh, yes, yes.
Because I wanted to make sure that we're not into the setback for.
Oh, no,
for any
no,
easement
it's
or any-
outside.
I mean, that's the reason I'd prefer to see a survey, is because if there's any easements or anything like that, we'd want to make sure we stayed out of that.
Yeah, I believe they did all that in November of 2018 when I bought the house. So nothing's been done to it since, so.
Yeah, you probably would have had a survey at time of purchase.
Right.
And that would-
There is a survey on file, in the building
Okay.
department file. And the paper road is beyond her boundary line.
Okay. That was
I
my
just
only.
I don't know the width of that. Do you know, Ms. Sarfati, by any
I
chance?
believe
the width
they
of that
had-
paper road?
Yeah, I believe they had told me it's only wide enough to be a driveway. And I don't think it's ever been sold because there's nothing behind but rock and hill. So someone said something like they couldn't build behind us anyway because of septic, or I don't know.
Hey, Tom, is it safe to assume that up until the time that a road is a town road, you wouldn't have two front yard setbacks?
It's my interpretation of the code is every parcel has one front yard.
Okay, I'm used to actually there being, if you are on two roads, you would have two front yards sometimes. But
That actually was discussed in length years ago, and town council got involved in that
oh yeah,
with the zoning board, yes. And the outcome of that was that each parcel has one front yard.
okay. That's a
Yeah,
different interpretation than I've seen, but I've never seen anyone interpret a front yard off of a paper road. I was so fair enough. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's the total square footage of the new addition? Do you know?
I believe it's like a 10 by 10, something like that. It might be like 100.
Yeah, it's 114 square feet.
Yeah.
That looks about right, because the new addition, as it's marked out, looks like 12 feet by 9 feet 8 inches. So that sounds about right. Yeah. So any further comments from the board? Any further questions of the applicant? Okay, why don't we,
No. The only thing I'd like to just add, if I might, I just wanted to feel the board out because, before anyone votes, because otherwise I'm going to table this and bring representation. And I didn't bring it this time. Everything is so costly. So, but it's something that I need to do, unfortunately. And so if the board is is not going toward the positive, then I wouldn't want it, turned down right now. I would like an opportunity to come back and have someone represent.
Yeah, I mean, the application is before us now. I can't tell you how board members, will vote on this matter. But maybe what we should do first is, why don't we take it out to the public, and then, we'll go from there at this point in time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so let's take it, let's provide the number once again for members of the public, if anybody would like to comment in regard to this matter. Once again, we'll try to get a phone number up on the screen. You can call in and ask us questions or provide comments.
Vic, I'd like to just add that I did receive one phone call after the public notices were sent out. And after I told the gentleman what, I think he lived behind where Miss Sarfate lives, and he had absolutely no objections to the application.
Okay, and I believe the applicant has said she's already spoken with the person who lives on the other side of the paper road, and apparently he doesn't have any issue with the application also. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. I actually spoke to even the neighbor on the other side, even though it didn't, I spoke to him this weekend, and he was like, oh, good luck.
Yeah,
Okay.
obviously for any zoning matter, all the neighbors in a certain radius are notified
Right.
and are welcome to comment and speak in regard to this.
Absolutely.
All right. Are we able to get a phone number up on the screen to have the public respond in regard to this? Hello, Paul. Are you able to get something up on screen?
Yes. Can everybody see that?
There's no numbers.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yep, no phone number, just just us.
Can everyone see this?
There we go.
Yeah, there it is. That's the
Okay,
state.
there it
you
is.
go.
Sorry about that.
No problem at all. Okay, so this is these are the phone numbers that can be called. And there's an ID number on the screen also. So once you enter the Zoom meeting, you can put in the ID number and then you can speak with us. If anybody would like to call in, now's your opportunity. While we're waiting, any further comments by board members?
I do not.
Right.
I would say that looking at the overview from the Google Maps, there appears to be a fair amount of room in between 7 Tomahawk and 9 Tomahawk. And the first thing you find that when you get to 9 Tomahawk is there's a garage and a driveway, and there's a lot of room between the two houses. And there's already a patio in this location. You can see it on pretty clearly on Google Maps. So I don't see it really infringing much on the neighbor in that regard.
Thank you, Bart.
I could add something as well. As a prerequisite to the issuance of a building permit, there's an environmental review, which will ensure that the proposed is not in any easements or environmentally sensitive areas. And as a prior to the application, I got a preliminary review from our engineering department, who didn't see any issues with the proposed, and they will actually be going out there and physically conducting an environmental review also prior
Thank you,
to the
Tony.
issuance of the building permit. Okay.
Okay, thank you. I mean, one thing I do like about this application is that there's 17,779 square feet of property in an R10 or 10,000 square foot district. So certainly there's more room on this property than you would normally see, so. Okay, it doesn't look like anybody is calling in at this point in time, so I think we're going to end public comment. So any further comment any board members would like to make or to have any discussions, any questions of the applicant?
I'm good.
Okay. So ma'am, we're prepared to, I believe, proceed with the vote on the application. I don't see any particular problems from my standpoint, but you know, I can't speak for other, and everybody votes the way they want to go. So do you want us to proceed at this point in time?
Yes, please.
Okay. Can we have a motion as to the type of action?
I'm making motion type 2.
Second.
Ms. DiPolito,
Aye.
Mr. Gio,
Aye.
Mr. Lansky,
Aye.
Mr. Newman,
Aye.
Chairman Canestra.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, let's have a motion now whether we're going to accept or deny the application. I would make mention that keep in mind that we have to address both the side yard variance as well as the lot coverage. So we have two issues to address in this application before us. So do we have a motion as to in regard to the application?
I'll make a motion to grant the application as to the side yard variance and the maximum lot coverage variance.
Second.
Arnie, was that you?
Yes, it was.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. DiPolito,
Aye.
Mr. Gio,
Aye.
Mr. Lansky,
Aye.
Mr. Newman,
Aye.
Chairman Canestra.
Aye. Okay, congratulations. Congratulations, Mrs. Sarfati. Your application has been granted.
Thank you so, so much. I really do appreciate it.
No problem at all. Good luck with it.
All right, stay
Thank you.
safe, everyone.
You
You
too.
too.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Good night. Last item we have on the agenda this evening is that of approval of the meeting minutes from February 16th, 2021. Has everybody had a chance to review those minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
Any issues or concerns, changes?
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay, I'm just going to have approved by consensus. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No? Okay, we're going to accept the meeting minutes then, Denise, from February 16, 2021.
Thank you all.
Yeah, you're welcome. I will also make mention that our next meeting is the third Tuesday in April, which I believe is April 20th, 2021. So that'll be the next time we get together. Any other business that we have to address? Any other issues or concerns anyone has?
I don't believe so.
Okay, all right, so I think we're going to adjourn the meeting. This ends it for tonight. Good night, everyone. Stay safe, be well, and we'll see everybody next month.
I'd like to wish
Okay.
everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day and be safe too.
Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night,
Everyone.
everybody.